Hello and welcome back for another Cube Draft. Open up on this pack and I have to say there's nothing that it really excites me. There's Show and Tell, which is a trap. There's, what really? Lotus Cobra if I want to go Niv. Colligan's Command is a good card also for Niv. Metalworker can do some broken stuff, but none of this is really all that appealing. I think I take the Cobra. Cobra is, I guess, the most busted card here, potentially. Yeah. This is a very unexciting first pack, but I guess we're still open after this. Well, we get past the Golos, which does lead to some fun stuff with Cobra. Greensun Zenith is a good green card, good with Cobra, good if we end up 4-color or 5-color Niv, because it gets Niv and it gets Omnath if we're lucky enough to get both of those. Other card I'm considering here is Upheaval. Upheaval is quite good if you can ramp and play an Upheaval. That's usually a winning strategy. Golos tends to wheel. I think I take Greensuns. Greensuns lets us stay a little bit more open and it's just a good card. And now there's this pack. And there's fetches for a potential Niv deck. There's also Nissa, and I do like Nissa. Nissa is a busted planeswalker, especially if you manage to play a bunch of forests in your deck, then Nissa can be quite good. And I've also had some 5-color Niv decks that had a bunch of forests and then a bunch of Dorks and Nissa. And that was quite good also. So I think I take Nissa here. And then I think I'm on green and we'll see if we end up splashing 1 color, none, or a bunch of colors. And then there's this pack. Elves of Deep Shadow is an elf for a green deck. Fauna Shaman is a green creature, but it's kind of medium. I honestly think it's between Tundra and Elves of Deep Shadow. Elves really means we're going green. Tundra stays a little bit more open. I think I'll take the Tundra. It's not really all that great with Nissa, but having some duels, we stay open a little bit more. Yeah, I think so. To be fair, probably if you want to have a higher chance of winning, it's better to take and just go down that route. Tolarian Academy is a card I like, but we are very far from being a Tolarian Academy deck. There's Fast Bond. If we had taken the Upheaval, then I'd be very inclined to take Fast Bond. There's also Karn, which is just a great card. Nissa into Karn can be a thing. I do like the potential nut draws we can have with Fast Bond. Karn is really good though. I think it's between those two, but I'm not sure. I think in general I can do sweeter things with Fast Bond than I can with Karn, so I'll take the Fast Bond. It's early, we can maybe build around it a little bit. If you get like an Oracle or a Courser is really the card you want with Fast Bond. I mean, Tireless Tracker, also not bad with Fast Bond. Otherwise, this Taiga, which I also like, but I'll take a Tracker. Yeah, we're going to be a green deck, so I'm sort of regretting taking this Tundra, but we'll see. Sylvan Library, Thragtusk, Kitchen Finks. I think Library is a nice one. With Fast Bond, it's a way to draw more cards once you've played out all of your lands, and yeah, I like Fast Bond, or I like Sylvan Library. Cards here are Gush, which is good with Fast Bond. There's also Felidar Retreat though. Felidar Retreat is also a nice one. Just play all of the lands and then make all of the cats and put all of the counters on it. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to go blue. And this is way easier to splash than Gush. I mean, you can splash Gush, but then it's not that good. I think I take Felidar Retreat. Yeah, and then we get Hydroid Crisis. I think it's Hydroid Crisis then. Yeah. Ooh, Golos didn't wheel. I think this was also the pack with Upheaval, or maybe that's the next one. Not sure. Could take Academy Runes, but I think Nature's Claim is more likely to be good. Okay, yeah, no Upheaval for us, so I'll just take this Windswept Thief. It does fetches a white source as well as a green source, so now I'm quite happy with the Tundra. I want to ramp with lands more than with Dorks. Ooh, Mirari's Wake. This could actually be a deck where Mirari's Wake is good. I think so. And then I'll take this Brimaz. Yeah, this is looking like it could be a sweet one. We have Nissa to double our mana and Mirari's Wake to do the same. I'll take this Sphinx Revelark. Probably will not play this, but maybe. What do we have here? Whisperwood Elemental, Day of Judgment, Narset. I think I have to take a Misty though. It's a fetch land, which we do like, and it is a fixer for both blue and green. Yeah, all of these cards are fine, but Misty is the one we want. Now what? There's Birthing Pod, which I keep wanting to make work, but that's probably not what we should be doing here. I think there's Karn, which is an interesting option. Banishing Light is fine. Turn Timber Symbiosis, but that likely wheels. I think I take the Karn. Value Planeswalker, Karn and Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker making clues that pump your Karn's tokens. So yeah, I'll take the Karn. Now what? Arid Mesa Omnath. Ooh, I really want Omnath, but I also really want this Mesa. I think having the Mesa and then trying to wheel the Omnath could be sweet. Otherwise, maybe wheel Frost Titan. Yeah, I'll take the fetch. Crucible, that's kind of perfect. We have a bunch of fetches, and then we can Crucible and replay all of them. Crucible, Fast Bond. Maybe Armageddon would actually be sweet in this deck, I don't know. But let's take the Crucible. Ooh, Corsair, yes, yes. Corsair Fast Bond is a nice combo. What do I want to pair with that? I mean, I want a Strip Mine or a Wasteland, mostly Strip Mine, and then maybe a Sensei's Top, Regrowth, or Winds of Abandon. I've actually been impressed with Winds of Abandon, to be honest. Regrowth is not a bad one either, but Winds is an interactive spell, and then if you get to the late game and have a bunch of mana, which we typically should, it's just a Plague Wind, or a Path Wind, so to say. And this could be a Mirari's Wake deck that's actually decent. You have lots of ways to spend our mana, hopefully. I mean, I wouldn't like some more card draw, but Mirari's Wake with Tireless Tracker, and yeah, this looks like it could be sweet. Fraley's Batterskull Land Tax. Nahiri, that's probably a little bit too greedy. Land Tax unlikely to be good, so I think it's between Batterskull and Fraley's, and I'll take the Fraley's. Mutavault, Containment Priest, Sword, Daze. Maybe Sword could be good. We don't really have that many creatures, but these other cards are kind of medium. Containment Priest is a nice sideboard option, but I'll take the Sword. Whisperwood Elemental, Day of Judgment. I like Whisperwood quite a bit, but I think this deck doesn't mind seeing a Wrath, so let's take the Wrath. I think I want to be some sort of weird control-ish green deck, green-white, splashing blue for this Crisis. We'll see. Birthing Pod, Banishing Light. As much as I want this to be a pod deck, it probably isn't, so I'll take the Banishing Light. It's a okay removal spell for Planeswalkers. Oh, Omnath is still in the pack, so I will take that. I'm not guaranteed to play this, but we have the potential fixing for it, and it could be a very sweet one in this deck. It's another mana engine besides Nissa and Mirari's Wake. Armageddon or Questing Beast. Armageddon could be alright, but I think Questing Beast is better. Take this Gideon, take the Recruiter. Might actually make the deck. It searches for toughness, so you can get Tireless Tracker but not Corsair. Yeah, I mean, it's probably too narrow. This Recruiter. Land Tax, yeah, that's not good. So we have some stuff going on. Let's see. Sakura Tribuilder, Knight of the Reliquary, Verdant. I want the Verdant because I want more fetches, but maybe that's a little bit too all in. I can take the Sakura Tribuilder also, that ramps, and the Knight probably wheels. I mean, he usually does, and then Kozilek is another card I could be interested in. Can double our mana and then cast this quite easily. It draws cards. I'll start with the Sakura. Now what? Time Spiral? It's double blue. Can also take Steam Vents. Steam Vents makes Omnath more of a possibility. The other card I could take is Mindslaver, but I think Academy Runes we passed on. Karakas is not bad. I think I take the Steam Vents. All of this is making this a little bit worse. Ooh, Tropical Island. I think I want that. And now I think I have enough fixing to consider playing Omnath. Ooh, Volcanic Island and Savannah. Well, this is the remaining duel of our color combo that we don't have yet. So I think that's the one that we take here. Not really interested in any of these other cards. Can also take Stomping Ground. Which one is better? Windswept Heath cannot fetch red right now. This can fetch white. This can fetch white. It can fetch green. So I think Stomping Ground is actually better. So all of our fetches are now Tri-lands. Whew, Oracle. Yeah, that's a great card for our deck. Very happy to pick up an Oracle here. Not sure what we picked over, or Day of Judgment over, but that may have been a mistake. I'm not sure. Elishnorn. Elishnorn is an interesting one. There's a Reclamation Sage, which I also like. Noble Hierarch, which is usually good. Plowonder, which is cool. Muldrifter for more card draw. What do I need here? I'm very tempted to just take the Muldrifter, but actually, Elishnorn, maybe? Do I want to play that many white sources? Or do I just take the consistency of Muldrifter? I think I take the Muldrifter. Just more consistent. Stirring Wildwood is a manland, but I can use some Boom Booms, and Biogenic Ooze is quite good with a lot of mana, which we are looking to do with this deck. We want to make a ginormous amount of mana, so let's take the Ooze. Yeah, Muldrifter may be a little bit greedy, but I think we lack card draw more than anything. Ooh, Ramunap, Excavator, or Temple Garden. I like Temple Garden, I also like Maze of Ith, but Excavator gives us quite a good mana engine together with the fetches and everything else. Day of Judgment probably to the side. We have enough creatures, but it will be good against certain decks out of the board. So Knight came back. There's also Council's Judgment, but I think I like Knight. I can do some stuff in his deck. It ramps us, it fills our graveyard with lands, finds lands. That's quite good. We don't have all that many techie lands, but this is still fine. Yeah, if we had like a Strip Mine or a Wasteland, mostly Strip Mine. Wasteland can sometimes just be a blank because not everyone's so high on non-basics as I am. Sylvan Caryatid or Polukranos. I think we have enough 4s, but we can use another 2 to ramp. Bazaar of Baghdad, also kind of interesting, but Sylvan is just a fine blocker. It's a fine ramp card. It does a lot. Bloodbraid Elf, Flicker Wisp, Manatide, Vraska, Treasure Cruise. I don't need a Bloodbraid Elf. I don't need a Manatide. I'll take the Treasure Cruise. Maybe I'll play it. Maybe I'll board it in against very grindy matchups. Savannah is a nice pickup also. Don't need these others. It's a green-white land and it's a forest for Nissa. Counterspell, Face Fetters, Blade Splicer. I guess we have enough Face Fetters like card that I take the Counterspell. In some matchups I really want it and then I can board it in. Reclamation Sage, I'm always happy to pick up a card like this, especially with Green Sun Zenith in the deck, and then Legion's Landing. Alright, quite an interesting deck I think. Some sort of turbo lands shenanigans. Let's see, we do need to cut some cards. Nature's Claim can go now that we've picked up this Rex Sage. What else? Treasure Cruise can go. Muldrifter can be considered a 3. I need to add 9 lands, so mostly I want forests. Then blue is really not that important. What does this look like? 1, 2, yeah. This is 12 green sources, 7 white, and 8 blue. I think I can take out a forest for another plains, and then I don't need much more of other colors. I think our fixing is great as is. What can I cut? Sword. I mean, we have a decent amount of creatures. Can cut Questing Beast. That can come in certain matchups, but Freyalise, maybe not that good. And then just run a 41 card special like I often do. I mean, there are so many good cards here. I think I could cut the sword, but I can see this being good also. If I cut the sword, how many creatures do I have for sword? Sakura Tribe Elder, maybe. Caryatid, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, I think I have enough creatures to make sword good, but maybe I just cut that and actually be disciplined for once. Yeah, this looks good. I think I have enough card advantage regardless. So let's try this. It's an interesting deck. Omnath, maybe a lot of people wouldn't splash, but our mana is great, and Omnath is great in a deck with a bunch of fetches and land drops. So let's see how it does. Round 1, we won the die roll. Let's see how it goes. Well, this hand has a lot of mana potential. We have the library to maybe do something with it, so I think I keep. Let's start with a forest and then just pass. Then I need to decide if I want to go Sylvan or if I want to go Lotus Cobra next turn. Depending on what I draw, I might actually go Sylvan just because I want to start having the cards flow. But drawing the Courser makes me want to play Cobra now and then Courser next turn and try and get a land drop off the top. No, that actually doesn't work. Should have just played the library then. Maybe this Cobra dies. Demotic Tutor. Well, that is scary. They get to take whatever they think is the best card out of their deck. Whew. Fast Bond. That can do some stuff with Courser. Let's go Arid Mesa. Make a green. Play the Courser. And then, yeah, now I have to fetch this away. That's unfortunate because we didn't really want to. I'll go get what? I'll get a Savannah. Ramunap is on top. I'll make green again. And then I think I just play Sylvan Library. And then next turn with Fast Bond, Ramunap fetches, we can get almost every land out of our deck. Let's attack with the Cobra. Hopefully they don't kill our Courser, but pop open the graveyards. Ooh, they are 4 colors at least. Dryad. Well, we will be able to kill that. And they play Stomping Ground tapped. So I think we might be up against everyone's favorite 5-color Niv. Nissa on top. Use Sylvan, yes. Put back this island for sure. And the question is, do I want to keep this Nissa? I think I will. Then play this. Gain a life, make a mana, make a green. This is always yield to this. And then play Fast Bond. Now I will play this tapped. No, don't want to pay the life. Fast Bond is going to deal us damage. Courser is going to gain us back to life. We can make a green with Cobra. Play a plains. We are going off. Yep, make a green. Now there's a brick on top, but we have this. Actually, yeah, I can just play the Windswept Heath from my hand. Let's do that. We can shuffle away the brick. Make another green. Fetch. Go get what? Just a forest, I think. Yep. Make more mana. Make another green. Play this forest. Oh, we're really doing it. I mean, our opponent can just play removal and blow up everything we have going on, but at least we have a lot of mana, and this Nissa is going to be great, and this Ooze is also going to be great. Let's play Nissa. Let's play this Reclamation Sage. Kill our opponent's Dryad. Yes. And they scoop it up. All right, that was that was exactly why we drafted this deck. Great to see it go off in the first game immediately. So against them, what do I want? They're gonna have a bunch of powerful stuff. Nature's Claim just for their Dryad seems weak. I think I just run it back like this. Hopefully we got another busted start like this, because I can get used to that. Well, Fast Bond, and we have Greensons, the tutor for our Courser. So I think that's keepable. They mull to 5. Yikes. And to 4. Ooh. Now to 3. Well, I guess this is going to be a very quick one then. Okay, so they went to 3, played a Steam Vents, and now I have 2 cards left. I mean, yeah, that's pretty rough. Let's go Fast Bond. Start with that. Play an Island. Play Stomping Ground. Play Arid Mesa. And then I can fetch, and actually I can Greensons for Ramunap Excavator and find all the lands that way. They play an Arid Mesa, so they do have something. They have some lands and they're cracking this. So maybe they also have a play. Stomping Ground. Shocking, so yes, there is a play. Renin 6. Well, that can actually get them back into the game. They now have a solid mana engine, so yeah, good for them. Still an uphill battle, I think, but at least they are getting something. Let's go get our Steam Vents. This can only get 3 more plains and then an island. Well, Windswept Heath makes it all that much easier. I think that means we just get to get all of the lands out of our deck almost. It's going to be quite painful though. Yeah, let's see. What do I want to go for? I can also go for Tireless Tracker and then make some lands that way, or make some clues that way, draw some cards. That will give us lands, and then we can also pressure their Wrenn. I mean, Tireless Tracker can actually kill their Wrenn next turn, so I think I go for that. I mean, if I get Ramunap, that's super painful. It's 2 damage per land that I find. Let's go get a Trop. Now we have 2 clues, so we also have some leftovers. Karn we can play and make some big constructs. Maybe we could have gone Ramunap Excavator into Karn or Ramunap Excavator into Ooze. Maybe. Our opponent is fetching. So now I have 3 mana. Oko. Ooh, Oko is good here. Yeah, they elk our Tireless Tracker, so that stops the card draw. Now what? Just play my land. I can crack a clue and play Karn. Yeah, it gets us another land. So now rather than playing Karn, I'm just going to play the Ooze. And then I think I attack the Oko because I don't want them playing some sort of artifact and swapping. But for a mulligan to 3, they are doing quite well. Wrenn really powering up their draw. And then Oko is just another busted card out of 2019. Yep, they have to Oko our other Ooze and return their land. Now hopefully we get to kill their Planeswalkers next turn. Find another land. That's not great. Let's just crack this clue to start. Courser. Nice. Courser is a good one. Let's play the Courser. Nissa on top. I really wish we had another land on top so we could also play Karn, but I guess not. Let's go after Wrenn. And let's go after Oko. Hopefully they don't have anything, so we kill both their walkers. No, they don't. Sweet, sweet. And then they scoop. All right, I mean, they put up a fight for a mulligan to 3, but ultimately not good enough. Let's go for match 2. Round 3, let's see if our deck can perform yet again. This hand is fine, I guess. We have the mana for Tireless Tracker, for Crucible, and maybe even for Omnath. It's a little bit slow, but don't think I mulligan this. I'm always scared that I end up like my last round opponent where I mulligan and then just keep mulliganing. So I tend to keep a lot of hands. Island Sensei's top. Alright. We draw Tundra, so we have the mana for Omnath. Let's go Steam Vents and pass. Seachrome Coast. Now what? Nothing. Ooh, Sylvan Caryatid. That even accelerates us. Let's play the Caryatid, and then next turn we can play Tireless Tracker and make a land drop right away. They did hesitate, so there might be a counterspell in our future. They are topping. It's the downside to having your opponent have Sensei's top. It's going to eat a lot of the clock. There's not a lot of fast toppers on MTGO. Another land, and what? Narset. Narset is always a little bit scary. I just hope they don't have the Time Twister. Shark Typhoon. Yeah, sure. Greensun Zenith. Does that do anything for us? I don't think it does. Let's just go play Tireless Tracker, play a land, get our clue, and hopefully we don't get Time Twisted next turn. And this will pressure the Narset also. And then next turn we get to deploy Omnath and play a land immediately. They're looking. I really hope to draw a fetch land and actually produce mana and present an overwhelming board. Ooh, Control Magic. That I don't mind. I actually kind of hope that they go for it. And I think they're very incentivized to do so. So they try and steal our tracker. Yeah, and then we just blow it up with the Rec Sage. Ooh, we draw the fetch. Now, the only downside to playing Omnath is Narset's on the board, so we don't draw our card that way. So actually, I just want to go Rec Sage, kill their Control Magic, and get our guy back without them making a clue. Yes. And then, do I want more mana next turn, or do I just... I think I play the Windswept Heath now. Just go and fetch what? Probably Savannah? Yeah, I think Savannah's fine. And then we can crack the clue on their turn, because that's when Narset doesn't stop us from doing so. So let's just pass after this. Also need to remember that they have Shark Typhoon, Flooded Strand. Yeah, I was kind of worried they might have this, but nothing to be done about it. Let's crack a clue. This Narset is annoying. Sylvan Library is the draw. What do I want to do now? I can go get an Oracle, but I first need to play a land to do that. I can also just play my Omnath, not draw the card, but have an Omnath in play. I think that may be better. It's unfortunate to not draw the card, but yeah, we can't make the mana. It would be sweet if we were able to make the mana and then kind of go off that way. Playing Crucible also seems weak. Can also get Knight or Ramanap. You know what? I think I'm probably better off going to get Oracle, and then Oracle can maybe set up multiple land drops, including a fetch next turn, so we can play Omnath and actually deal damage to Narset that way. Screw a Tribe Elder on top. Let's just play our land. Kind of wanted to wait, but we have this Crucible to get this engine going. And they fetch, so they're probably going to top. Yep. Surprising how much work Narset is actually doing. I mean, Sylvan Library, bad play. Omnath kind of mediocre. Our clues, not good options. I feel like something bad's going to happen to Oracle. Oh, they're going to copy it. Well, they have Oracle top going now. Kind of disgusting. And there's a Dimmer Signet on top. Can also just cast Shark Typhoon maybe. Nissa is on top of our library. Let's go... Yeah, I think I have to go Crucible. That works. And play the Windswept Heath. Fetch away this Nissa as much as I would want to draw it. Get what? Guess Trop does it. Banishing Light on top. It's gonna go away though. Play Omnath. Yeah, we're really up against it. Not being able to kill this Narset is messing with our plans. This is getting countered even. Mana Leak. Ooh, feels bad to get Mana Leaked when you have so much mana in play. Let's just play the Windswept Heath and then not do anything. I think I might want this Banishing Light for if they go and play Shark Typhoon straight up. Or I just take care of the Nissa with it. They top. Yeah, they get to put a bunch of lands on top and then play those with the Oracle. It's going to be a tough one to win. Bribery on top. What can they bribery from us that's all scary? I don't know. Let's think. Yeah, the scariest thing they can go and get is Biogenic Ooze. And that's not that bad for me. On the other hand, how likely am I to win this game? I guess I can still play. Yeah, I was thinking maybe it's better to just concede. Make them think that Bribery is some insane card against us, while it actually really isn't. But there's enough ways that we can maybe still win this, but this Narset is really a problem. Yeah, they get the Ooze. Maybe I should have just conceded. I don't know. It seems unlikely that we get out of this. There's a land on top, so I do want to fetch, I guess. Don't need this land. get a stomping ground. And there's still an island on top. Well, actually, I'm gonna concede to that. Like, this ooze is gonna run wild and we're drawing an island. It's just gonna be bad. Let's draw a card. More lands. What do I want to change? Maybe Knight is not that great. Questing Beast seems sort of good. It's a hasty way to kill a Planeswalker. And then what else? I think I like the rest. There's a consideration for sort of Fire and Ice, but I think I stay with Questing Beast over Knight. Yes, would like to play first. This hand is real slow. Our opponent is also a slower deck. I'll keep. Not very excited about this, but start with the Stomping Ground. Flooded Strand from our opponent, and they're thinking. Decide to not do anything. Mirari's Wake. Well, not a great draw, but could be good at some point. We just played the Arid Mesa pass. They fetch Island. Nothing. I guess we fetch for our Steam Vents. Yep, Steam Vents. Who? Fast Bond. Well, they might counter this, but I will go for it. If they don't, it's great. If they do, no, they don't. Well, let's go Plains then. And play a Tundra to play around Daze specifically. They didn't show it to us, but I would hate to get dazed. Maybe they counter the Ramanap, because that represents a ton of mana. It's a lot of painful mana, but yeah, this is getting Mana Leaked. And then next turn, we probably go for Corsair. Yep, Mana Leak this, sure, no. Or we go for Mirari's Wake. And that's also a kind of a card they need to counter. Balance. Ugh, that's kind of brutal, actually. They need to discard a bunch of cards, but we lose a lot of lands. So I think we keep Stomping Ground and Tundra. Ew. And our Ramanap's already gone, so now looking for Crucible. They do have to discard 4 cards. Interesting line. I guess they just want to have a sort of cripple fight. Karn. Well, we don't have anything. Can't Green Sun Zenith for anything. We can Green Sun Zenith for something next turn. Mana Vault. Okay. Hopefully they don't have Bribery, so they can Bribery us next turn. That would be very unfortunate. Come on, land. Crucible. I mean, if we draw land, that's going to be very good, but I'm very worried that our opponent is going to cast Bribery next turn, and then we'll have to contend with a bunch of fast-growing oozes that we don't have great answers for. Maybe I should have actually just boarded out the ooze, but it's also a great threat. Yeah, I mean, let's see it. Yeah, looks like it. Yep. Man, it's going to be tough to race. I mean, it all starts with drawing a land next turn. If we don't, then I think this game is just over, but if we do, then we have a good shot. We draw a Corsair. I mean, I'll take another draw step, but we're getting smacked for 6 and then for 8 the turn after, so it's not looking good here. Balanced. That's a card. Yep, they smack us for 6. I don't even know if we can do anything. Yeah. Skirt Tribuilder, we block here, but then they'll turn after. Yeah, I think we're just dead. That's super unfortunate. Balance really getting us there. Maybe we should have just boarded out the Bribery, but then they would have gotten Questing Beast, and I'm not sure that's all that much better. Would have given us more time, but let's see if we can go with it, get a 2-1. Alright, round 3. Hoping to get a 2-1 with this deck, because I do feel that it deserves it. Yeah, this is a keepable hand. It's somewhat slow, but it does do some nice things. Start with a Stomping Ground, and turn 2 we have a Library, and then hopefully our opponent is not too fast. Ooh, Mountain. I really hope it's not Mono Red. Ha! Black Lotus. Well, we're in for a World of Pain then, for blue. Simic Signet and Worn Power Stone. Okay, so they've ramped a lot, but not an immediate knockout. Let's play Sylvan Library. Pass. See if they have something to do with all of this mana. 5 mana for Gilded Lotus. I guess they didn't have enough mana just yet. They don't do anything. Oh man, well, we still have looks at it. Reclamation Sage would be sweet here. Banishing Light. I think I put Omnath back, pay life for this, and then play Misty Rainforest, fetch away the Omnath, go get a Tundra, and just Banishing Light the Gilded Lotus. I'm going to be blown out if they have Upheaval, but this restricts their mana. Apparently they needed more mana than just 5, so maybe this strands them a bit. Reckless Signet, more artifacts, alright. Then nothing. Use Sylvan Library, yes. More lands to put on top. I think I put this one on top and pay the life for this one. And then I play Oracle and play this island. There's another land on top. Alright. Oh, at least we're ramping. Not as fast as our opponent, but looks like they don't have anything to do with it just yet. Next turn we get to play Nissa also. Lotus Petal. Oh, I guess we're against Storm then? And then maybe going to 11 against Storm is not a good idea. We'll see. All 5 colors of mana. Now what? Fractured Identity or Banishing Light. Not bad. So they Banishing Light our Oracle and they get back their Gilded Lotus. It's a decent value play. Yes, I don't need this Mulldrifter put on top. And put this on top also. And then what can I do? I can play Nissa, which I think I should. Play the Nissa and then untap this land. Play a forest. Now I have 3 mana, so I can Green Suns for Reclamation Sage, and then I can blow up their Gilded Lotus, or I can just get back my Oracle, and I think I want to get back my Oracle. They have enough mana, it's not going to restrict them all that much, and this is going to be good for me. Can't use this mana. Yeah, just pass. Play another island. Now what? Mindslaver. Okay. Immediately activate it. Well, let's see what they can do then. I think they can almost kill us just by paying all the life with the library and then shocking in the steam vents. Curious if they do just pay and then try and get us low that way. Yep, they do. Steam vents untapped puts us to 1. And then maybe they have like Lethal Burn in hand. I mean, we have the Crisis in hand or on top. They get to shuffle that away with a Green Sun Zenith. Oh no, they get to play Crucible and then fetch. So they can just kill us. I'm not sure if they see it. Doesn't look like they do, perhaps. Okay, they could have just killed us by playing this Crucible. Ah, looks like they found the line. Yep, and then we're dead. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, killed by Mindslaver. Well, I think I put in Freyalise. Take out this Knight, because that seems too slow. Put in this Nature's Claim. Looks great. What else? Maybe just cut the Mulldrifter. Yeah, would you like to play first? Yes. Fine hand. We get to play a 4-drop on turn 3 and maybe a 5-drop on turn 4 and have a bunch of mana. Hopefully they don't start with Lotus again. So first a Stomping Ground, then pass. Well, there's the Lotus again. Sucks to have to play against someone that always draws the Lotus, but oh well. Sol Ring also in the Tolarian Academy. Wow. So yeah. Gruul Signet. I killed Lotus. My god. And then balance, and we have to go down to 1 card. Yeah, our opponent is better at Magic than we are. I mean, there's no reason to continue playing this game. They have an absurd amount of mana on turn 1. Yeah, sometimes it goes like this. Unfortunate, because I thought our deck was really cool, but cannot contend with all of this nonsense. I mean, yeah, if we would keep 1 land and then discard all of these cards. No thank you. I have no interest in playing this game. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I'll see you guys for the next one. Hopefully a little more instant games.